Hey everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to make the viral strawberry stitch that was highly requested on my Instagram page. This is what it looks like. So to do this stitch, you don't really need many materials. All you need is 2 yarns. One of them has to be a red, one of them has to be a green, and I'm using worsted weight 4-weight acrylic yarn. And for my hook, I am using a 5.25 millimeter hook. Depending on how big or small you want your stitches or how tight you want your stitches to be, you can use a smaller or bigger hook. This one just works best for me, so that's what I'm using. And I have a pair of scissors here to cut in the ends. To start off, all we have to do is make a slip knot. And to do that, you wrap the yarn around your finger like this. And you put 2 fingers through. You grab yarn from the inside and you pull through. You put your crochet hook through the loop and you tighten. This way you should get a loop like this, a slip knot. In order to make your base for the stitch, you need to chain any multiple of 4 depending on how long you want your work to be. I'm going to be doing 8 here for demonstration, but you can make it longer or smaller. So here I'm going to be doing chains. So what you do for a chain is you grab yarn and you pull through the loop that you have like this. So that's 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So here is what my foundation chain is looking like. And then the next step you're going to do is skip this first chain you see right here. You're going to skip that and make a single crochet in the stitch or in the chain right after it. So to make a single crochet, you have to put your hook into the second chain like this. So now you have 2 loops on your hook. Then you take some yarn and you pull it through just the first loop. So now you have 2 loops again. And then you take more yarn and you pull it through both of the loops like this. So this way you make a single crochet. For the remaining chains, you're going to be doing the same thing, and you will end up with a total of however many chains you made originally minus 1 for your foundation. So here I'm going to show you again. You put your hook into the chain, you take some yarn up, you pull through both loops like that. Put your hook into the chain, take some yarn, take more yarn, pull through both loops. Now we have 3. And we will continue doing that until we get to the end of the row. As you recall, I started off with 8 chains, and now I end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stitches. And that's how it should be. It should be 1 less than the amount of chains you made. So what you're going to do now is that you're going to flip your work. First, you're going to chain 1. Chain 1, as I showed before, taking some yarn, pulling it through your loop on your hook. So you have 1 chain. Then you flip your work, and now you're going to be working into this single crochet, and you're going to do 1 more single crochet right there. Put your hook into the loop, grab some yarn, take more yarn, and pull through both loops. And you're going to repeat this for 2 more times. So here I'm doing another single crochet, and here I'm doing another single crochet. Once you have 3 single crochets, on this 4th stitch, you're going to be putting 5 double crochets into the same stitch. And to do a double crochet, first you have to take some yarn and loop it over your hook like this. So now you have 2 loops right here. And then going down like this, you're going to put your hook into your stitch like this and grab some yarn. This way you should have 3 loops on your hook. Then you're going to take more yarn, pull it through 2 of the loops. Now you're going to have 2 loops on your hook. Take some more yarn, pull it through the remaining 2 loops. That's a double crochet. And you have to make 4 more of these in this stitch. So I'll show you one more time. You wrap some yarn around your hook, put it through the stitch, take some more yarn. Now you have 3 loops. You take some more yarn, pull it through 2 of the loops. Now you have 2 loops. Take some more yarn, pull it through both of the loops. Now you have 2 double crochets. Now you have to do 3 more double crochets into the same stitch right here. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets in the same stitch. And now in the remaining 3 spaces, or however many spaces you have, you're going to do single crochet in the next 3 stitches. You're going to be repeating this pattern if you have more stitches to go. But since I have 3 left, I'm just going to be doing single crochets in the next 3. So here I'm going to be doing a single crochet. Here I'm going to be doing another single crochet. And here I'm going to be doing our last single crochet. So once you're finished with this row, your work should look like this, with 3 single crochets, 1 group or 1 cluster of 5 double crochets in 1 stitch, 3 single crochets on each side, and this pattern would repeat. So if you had more than this amount, you would be doing another group of 5 double crochets in the next stitch, then repeat the 3 single crochets, and so on and so forth. Now we're going to be continuing on to the next row, and to do that we need to switch to the color green. You're going to take your green yarn in your left hand, and you're going to loop it through the loop you already have of red, like this. And then you're going to tighten this red loop and pull this snug and make a knot with these 2 colors here. And I usually like to double knot just to make sure it's extra secure. So once you've made your 2 knots, what you're gonna do is snip this yarn. There is a way to weave your yarn in so you don't have to keep snipping and changing colors, but that's a little bit more challenging, so I'm going to be sticking to the easier method of just snipping it after each round. Now you have your green yarn. The first thing you're going to do is make a chain. So you're going to loop your yarn, pull it through your loop, and there you have a chain. Now you're going to flip your work like this, and in your first single crochet stitch that you had from the previous round, you're going to making another single crochet with your green yarn instead. And then you're going to do that again for your next stitch. And then one more time with your third single crochet. And now you reach the portion where there's 5 double crochets. So in order to gather your stitches, in order to make them look like a strawberry, you're going to put your hook into your first double crochet stitch like this. You're going to grab some yarn from behind, you pull it through, then you will have 2 loops on your hook, and you're not going to be pulling through your loops until the very end. So then you're going to go into your next loop, your next stitch, pull some more yarn through, 1, 2, 3. You're going to have 3 loops. Then you're going to go into your next stitch, pull out more yarn, 1, 2, 3, 4 loops. Then you're going to go into your next stitch again, pull more yarn, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops, and your last and final stitch, you're going to pull out more yarn, and you're going to have 6 loops on your hook. Now you're going to take these 6 loops and you're going to pull yarn through all 6 of them at once. So take your yarn, pull it through all 6 of them, like this. So now you have all 6 of your loops pulled taut. Now you have to make a chain the same way you always do. Take yarn and pull it through your loop like this. And this will secure your green portion of your strawberry, and it should look like this. This will be the front part of your strawberry stitch pattern. Now you need to make a single crochet in your next single crochet from the previous round, and you will see that here. So I'm going to pull yarn through, pull more yarn, and go through both loops, and here I have a single crochet. Do the same thing for the next 2 single crochet stitches. The last one is always a bit harder to get. And there we have our first row of strawberry. So as you can see in the original, there was a stagger effect where the strawberries weren't completely aligned. And that's because this is really a 4-row pattern. So I'm going to be showing you how to get that effect in the next 2 rows. So for our next row, we need to switch back to our red color. And we're going to be using the exact same method. Taking our red yarn, holding it in our left hand, grabbing some of it and pulling it through our green loop, and then pulling the green loop so that it's tightly secure, and making 2 knots to make sure that it stays in place. And then we cut our green yarn so it's not in our way. Now we have our red yarn. So again, like the previous row, the first thing we're going to do is make a chain. Take some yarn, pull it through your loop, and you have a chain. Now you're going to be flipping your work. And in your first green single crochet stitch, you're going to do another single crochet. So here's where it gets different. Instead of doing 2 more single crochets like you did in the previous round with the strawberry, you're going to be doing 5 double crochets in this next stitch here. So you're going to wrap your yarn around your hook, put it through the stitch, take more yarn, pull it out. You're going to have 3 loops. Take yarn, pull it through 2 loops, take yarn, pull it through 2 loops, and then you're going to have your double crochet. And you're going to do that 4 more times, so you have 5 in that one stitch. So here's 2. Here's 3. Here's 4. And then here's our 5th. Now that we have our 5 double crochets in the same stitch, next we're going to do 3 single crochets but the placement is slightly different, and so I'm going to be showing you very closely. So in the next stitch right here that you see, you're going to be doing a single crochet, in the next stitch after that you're going to be doing another single crochet, and this one is a little bit tighter. So now you have 2 single crochets, and you might be thinking that, oh, the third single crochet is going to go here, but actually you're going to be skipping this longer looking stitch, and you're going to go into the stitch right after and do a single crochet. So here you're going to do a single crochet. Now you have 2 remaining stitches, and you're going to be doing double crochets in this stitch that's one away from the last stitch. You're going to be doing 5 double crochets in this stitch. So here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, here's 4, here's 5, and you can double check by just counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now in our final stitch we're going to do a single crochet. So we're going to put our hook through both loops. I accidentally put it through one. Both of the loops we're going to put it through, and pull out some yarn, pull through both, and here we have our third row complete. So for our fourth row we're going to be switching to green once more, and the same method that we used for the previous rounds is going to be used here, taking yarn, pulling it through our red loop, pulling this loop tightly, and then tying our green and red together. And then we're going to do 1 chain with our green, as we did before, and we're going to flip our work like so. And in our first single crochet that we did in the previous round, we're going to do a single crochet, and then in our next stitch with the cluster of 5 double crochets we're going to use the same method, putting our hook into our first double crochet loop, taking out some yarn, going into the next loop, taking more yarn, next stitch, taking out more yarn, next stitch, taking out more yarn, and our final stitch, grabbing some more yarn. And to double check that you got all your stitches, you should know that there should be 6 loops on your hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you take some more yarn, you pull it through all 6 of your loops, like so. And then you secure it by doing a chain like this. So now we have our second strawberry, and then to continue we're going to do a single crochet in the next 3 stitches. So we're going to put our hook into the first stitch after the cluster, take out yarn, make a single crochet, do the same with the next stitch, and then do the same with the final stitch. And then we're going to do the same thing with our cluster, put our hook into the first stitch, take out some yarn, in the second stitch, take out some yarn, third stitch, take out some yarn, fourth, take out some yarn, and then fifth, take more yarn, and you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loops on your hook once more. Take more yarn, pull through all 6 of your loops, and do a chain. And then in your final single crochet from the previous round, you're going to put another single crochet with your green color, like so. And you should end up with your strawberry stitch pattern. So as you can see, you can repeat the pattern for as many rows as you want to get your desired outcome. And I want to clarify that this pattern was not designed by me. It was actually another YouTuber named Nastasia. And if you have any confusions about anything that I said here, you should definitely check out her pattern. She did a very good explanation for it. I wanted to make this because a lot of people on my Instagram requested that I make a very beginner-friendly pattern, and so I tried my best to fulfill that, and I really hope that it helped. Alright, thank you for watching, bye!